I am upset that the Celtics gave up on their championship run.
Good for you. Yeah. I'd like to hear a little bit more of that because they basically did. They could go into the year with this team.
They could have, yeah.
I didn't realize the luxury taxes don't hit till the end of the year.
Yeah, the only issue with that is that there's some moves they can't make. So, for example, they had to make it a 3-team trade to move Porzingis.
So I think the apron stuff applies now.
Yes.
But the actual taxes don't apply
Correct.
until the end of the year.
So realistically, this is the best time to make a trade because you can somehow maneuver. So they got out of $240 million of future money.
Right, but they could have traded those guys in January and still gotten out of that future money.
They don't have a big, Mike. How are they going to acquire a big right now when they're $4 million under the second apron?
Good question.
They won't. They can't. And now, if you want to bring in Horford, you're going to go over the tax. One of these guys is going. I don't think it's Jaylen Brown. White would give you the best return. Hauser would.
You think White would give you a better return than Jaylen Brown?
Well, yeah, right now, yeah.
Why?
You're never gonna get the only way that you'll get a return for Jaylen Brown is a Giannis, is some sort of other $50 million superstar. Not many teams are just gonna swap stars unless it's Jokic. I mean, there was some talk yesterday that he has a $60 million player option. They have to offer him an extension. I think the Knicks, by the way, I think they should be in on Jokic. Hire Mike Malone, try to trade for Jokic because they have all the big salaries in Towns, etc. That's a take for another day. But the Celtics, though, they gave up on their run, and I'm upset about it. And one thing that no one talks about, Joe Mazzulla is going into the lame duck year. This means he's getting an extension. Like, they should just play this thing out. Play it all out. How do you look without Tatum? If Tatum comes back, can they manage? Because he can't coach a team. They just rely on the three. I'll bow to you on that one.
Thank you, Joe.
But, like, does he really coach?
I don't think so.
So what they're going to do is they're going to build a team that just shoots threes to get by. So I am curious if they do give him that extension. Ime just got the extension. They're probably going to do it, but they're buying into Mazzulla ball.
I'm just curious what they're waiting for, if that's the case. What are we waiting for? Was your beach crowded?
Not at all. Nope. I love the Cape, by the way. No, like South Shore versus North Shore. I live on the North Shore. I live 15 minutes from Nahant, but I love like Plum Island Cranes. Beautiful. Like just different than the Cape.
Sure.
But there is something about that 28 stretch. I know you're an island guy, but I'm that Yarmouth, Dennisport. Sure. I stay in Dennisport. I love Harwich, like nice town. So I just love that whole thing. There's always somewhere to eat, a late night spot to go to. I like bands on the Cape too because it's. I don't know if they're good. I just
it doesn't matter.
I got a drink in my hand and I like it. So I'm looking forward to summer this year. But yeah, the beaches are crowded at the Cape. I will say that though. But who cares, right? You're on the Cape, you're having fun.
It's just swimmable water though.
That's true.
Even Cranes Beach, it's nice and shallow, and you can really sort of wade out there, but it's fucking cold.
It is cold. But
it's just something about that Gulf Stream. It just doesn't hit. I think Cape Cod, I think the Cape blocks all that warm water from hitting anything up in here.
But the food on the North Shore is 10
Think so?
times. I grew up in Boston. There's good food. You got to go downtown, obviously. But, man, the food on the North Shore, Mike, you'd gain weight. You would gain weight.
What's the lobster place I go to in Essex?
Oh, was it like Woodman's?
Woodman's.
All right, so that's the whole clam mile right there.
Yeah, clam mile.
I go to Farnham's, which is right down the street.
Okay.
CK Pearl's a great little restaurant if you want to take the wife.
Yeah.
But that whole stretch, Choate Bridge is my favorite there though. But that's the best fried clams that's Ipswich. That's where you go to get a fried clam. Cape, I try to stay away from the fried. I go like lobster roll or scallop.
Why?
I just don't know if they're coming from Ipswich. I hate if someone gets strips. You got to get the whole bellies. I don't know if you're a strip guy or
no.
What
I'll eat whatever.
Yeah, I guess
I'm not picky.
But you got to get whole bellies. That's where I'm at on that one. But the food on the North Shore, you can start at Kowloon. You can make your whole way up. They got a Regina out there. They just barbecue galore. Mexican food, you name it, Indian, Asian, they got it all. It's just absolutely outstanding.
Joe, where else do you go on vacation?
I haven't really. I went to Vegas for WrestleMania with Jay Stu. He did not like Vegas. I did.
What did Jay Stu not like about Vegas?
I don't think he understands that we're like. he loved to go to like the events, like wrestling events. I'm like, where are we going to gamble? where and then eat and the pool all day? Like that's an experience.
I love the pool all day. I'm a Vegas pool guy all day. I love it.
So we're in that Mandalay Bay, Luxor,
sure.
But you can go to any pool too because it's all the same company.
Yep.
But that's an experience. Plus, you can gamble and drink inside the pools.
I love swimming up to the blackjack table. Joe, what do you play when you're there?
I am a blackjack guy. And just to give you a scenario of the Celtics, I think the Celtics have been full tilt for 8 years. They've been all in. And I think they've cashed in some of their high chips and are taking a step back for a little bit. And then next year when Tatum comes back, they'll put their chips back into the table.
But they could have just run it back this year.
Absolutely.
They could have.
Now, if they won, I do agree. If they won, how do you break up a three-peat?
Right. So I think they would have been hard-pressed to do that. And if they were willing to do that, why aren't you willing to do this? Because the East is wide open. You bring everybody back. Tatum comes back in March. And you can actually make a legit run next year.
Yeah. I think, though, that selling on Porzingis, they could have definitely – I think they could have got more. What if he played well and was healthy? He's a $30 million dump to another team. I think they could have – and I would have dumped him because he would have been unreliable in the playoffs. But I'm still right about that. I think you and I had a Lillard versus Porzingis thing.
Did I?
I think
I don't remember.
I at least said – you said that Porzingis wouldn't be the reason why they won, which is probably right.
True.
Which is probably right.
Damn straight it's
I
right.
just thought that Porzingis would make a bigger impact than Lillard. And
Lillard failed.
Blew out his Achilles, too.
But it's not just that.
Yeah.
It didn't work. It never worked. The second he got there, it never worked. It was never right. They were never better. It didn't work. It never once did it work.
Can somebody else play with Giannis and win? Like Drew
I
Holiday
don't know.
did.
I don't think so, Joe. He wants the ball all the time. Wants to handle the ball, wants to trigger the offense, wants to bring it up full court. And it's so asinine. He doesn't want to play off the ball. And I don't even think that he and Lillard anyway had good they didn't pick and roll off each other. They didn't play off each other. It was either one guy or the other. It was just, I think Giannis just never, people always said, well, wait till he learns how to shoot the three-pointer. Three-pointer, he doesn't have a two-pointer. He never learned how to shoot. He's become a better passer, but I only think he does that, honestly, for the triple-double. He's become such a stat humper, and he doesn't play team basketball, and I'm just disappointed that he never really evolved from what he was, which was a great individual player. And the championship, he was so legit. The 50 points in Game 6 is just – I'm not taking that away from him, but it's like he never – I think he kind of regressed, frankly, from that.
Yeah. I have a question for you. It seems as though when you're out, and I have no problem with you being out because we are given off days and we should use them. But how do you feel that when you take the time off, something does happen? Do you feel like it's like luck? It's just
Yes.
the luck of the draw here?
Yeah, it is. Because I've been so vocal about it, I know every time I take a day off, someone's going to get fucking traded or someone's going to get signed. And I got to hear from you, asshole. Oh, I thought you were done for all the important days. And where was Drake May? And what happened to? So, yeah, so I you know what? I actually give up. I give up. I officially give up on that whole whether I feel that way or not, I give up. And I'm actually going to embrace what all you do and all you believe in, and that is I'm taking every fucking day I get, no matter. I haven't taken a sick day in 16 years. I haven't taken a sick day. I don't think I've taken a sick day even before this show started. I can't remember the last time I took a sick day at the Herald or at NBC Sports or Comcast Sportsnet. I don't take sick days. I've never taken a sick day that I can remember, but I'm going to fucking start. How many do we get?
I don't know. I've never taken a sick day. I don't even know how.
Okay, but I'm going to figure it out. So I'm going to take not only all my vacation days, I'm going to all my comp days. I'm going to take all my fucking sick days. I'm going to find out how many I get. I didn't take bereavement when my father passed away. I'm going to go back. I'm going to track those. I'm going to find those days, and I'm going to have I need a mental health day. I'm due some bereavement days, so I'm going to take those fucking days. I'm done. Everybody just take off. It's okay. You athletes who only work 8 months a year, 9 months a year, take all the time you need. I'm done. I've given up, and I'm going to embrace it, man. So you could kiss my ass goodbye. I ain't going to be here hardly ever because I'm going to figure out every fucking day that I get from the company, and I'm going to take it.
Well, there's the clip that everybody is going to post later on today.